Hey everybody, and welcome back to another weekend roundup. During this video, we'll take a look at all the mods newly released in the Giants Mod Hub for the week of July 1 through July 5th, 2019. While we didn't see a whole lot of mods released this week, we did get a few rather interesting mods that I would have to say have been rather well on the demanded list or very, very eagerly anticipated list. We saw Walker Farms, for example, get released late in the week on Friday. That video is already released in the channel. If you want to go take a look at that and you didn't catch the premiere yesterday. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the Mod Hub in general and see what got updated and released this week. So here we are on the second page of the Mod Hub. Last week we ended with the Washoe, Nevada map being released, and I believe the Oceania map was updated. Yeah, it was updated this week with, let's take a look, improved clip distances, improved collisions on the machine shop, small texture patches, and reduced oat density. We saw the release of the fifth wheel hitch pack from Black Sheep Modding. This mod, I think, came out of the blue. I don't think we really saw it listed in the testing thread, and it just showed up. Not a lot of people that I know of were really talking about the anticipation of this mod's release. Saw a Farm Tech trailer, an Amazon seeder, and this seeder is rather interesting because it allows you to actually put in tram lines. Now, there was a mod in FarmSim 17 for PC players called Proceed that allowed the creation of tram lines. This basically will allow you to do that and is available for all platforms. We saw a John Deere tree harvester get released from North Modding Company. And in fact, North Modding Company, we saw a few mods get released from them. Let's go ahead and take a look down here. We also saw a John Deere swing loader stacker thing from North Modding Company. We're going to take a look at this. I'm not going to try to use it because I can guarantee you I'm not going to be very good with it. We also saw the Malwa Forest Pack from North Modding Company get released. The prefab metal gates got updated this week, as did the powerful spotlights from Vanquish got updated. We saw the Rebel 410 cultivator get updated this week, and then we had the Donnelly 800 series subsoiler get released. Store deliveries was an interesting script that got released this week. This has to be kind of a sleeper mod. You might not think that this is cool, but once you give it a go, it's probably going to fall in the must-have category for PC players. You have a prefab locomotive. Now again, prefab mods are only available for use by folks using the Giants editor to place within the map. You can't activate this and basically expect to see this train in your map. This is a download for map authors to put into their map with the Giants editor. So an update to the rear clock mod and to the this map. We saw the release of the multi-harvest headers, release of the John Deere T560 harvester header and header trailer. We saw an update to the slurry trading system. We saw a release of the fertilizer and lime pallet. This is going off of the seed pallet that was released in the 1.4 update from Giants. This extends it to the fertilizer and lime capability. We have a rear bumper for telehandlers here, a small platform 3-point hitch, concrete meadow rollers, green roller classic, interactive coon sprayers. These sprayers are interesting because they actually allow you to unload the sprayer not just to a pallet, but actually unload back into a trailer. So they add kind of the overload function. Got a Pottinger side mower, a Fendt Tigro forage wagon, Fendt Vario 700 tractor, Walker Farms, as I mentioned, and the handcrafted plow. All of those mods were released this week. Let's take a look at the daily updates thread as of the Friday update. See that we have 66 mods pending testing, approximately a 5 workday backlog on those. And something else, guys, today is the deadline for submissions to the Giants mod contest. We should see a whole boatload of mods get released next week that are associated with the Giants mod contest. And this channel is going to be doing extensive coverage on all of the mods released in the Giants mod contest. So back in 2017, we only really covered the maps that got released in the mod contest. This year, we are going to attempt to cover every single mod covered in the mod contest. Yes, I know, it is a totally insane idea. At any rate, see that several of the mods that are listed here as in testing did indeed get released just today on Friday. So that pretty much frees up, for the most part, testing team to do a little bit of testing on the mods that are going to be submitted to the mod contest, try to get them out the door early next week or sometime next week for us players to start using, downloading, and basically giving our feedback in the form of ratings so that we can vote for what we think is the best mod in each of the particular categories. So there you go, guys. That is basically what is up at a high level as far as the new mods released this week. Now, what we're going to do is jump back in game, and now we're going to take a much more in-depth look at all of the mods updated, or not updated, but newly released this week. First mod we're going to take a look at is the fifth wheel hitch pack. So first off, this mod has a few different components. This mod includes a pickup and a trailer to go along with it. So let's take a look here under vehicles. Let's take a look under cars. So we have the Lizard Pickup 2014 XL. This is the dually version of the Lizard Pickup 2014 edition. Big fifth wheel hitch on the back. Get it main color. Change the color. Design color. We have chrome. Go with white rims. Metal rims. Like so. Now it's interesting that these are supposed to be cutouts, but when you get them colored, they're solid. Look at chrome. They're clearly cutouts in the chrome. At least they look like they're cutouts in the chrome. Now we have configuration options. We have fifth wheel hitch, or we could get standard, just so that we have a standard dually truck. We have design standard or bull bar on the front. And then we have a wheel setup of standard or tuning. Gives us a different rim package there. And am I seeing two? I am seeing two rims on the inside of that dually. That is rather interesting. Typically, you wouldn't be seeing that going on. Let's go ahead and get that. So leasing it is $56,500 to buy, $2,881 to lease, $565 per day, and $1,186 per operating hour. Now let's go over here to tools. Go to miscellaneous. Sorry, go to low loaders. I always get these difficultly mixed up with low loaders. I just don't think of them in this way. If we go to low loaders, we have the fifth wheel T450 trailer. Comes with ramps on the back, and we can get this in a color selection so we could match our truck should we so wish. As configured is $13,000 to buy, $663 to lease, $130 per day, and $273 per operating hour. There is another trailer to be had over here under Baling Technologies. It is the fifth wheel T440 trailer. It does not have ramps on the rear. Get it also with color selection, and it is $13,000 to buy if you change the color. $663 lease, $130 per day, and $273 per operating hour. Let's go over here and take a look at these. Two trailers are basically identical, with the exception that this one you can put straps on. Lots of straps. Doesn't have the ramps. This one has ramps, but no strap functionality. Get in here. Unfold the truck. We can fold it back up. We toggle to the trailer. We can then unfold the trailer. So, fold it back up. You have reverse lights, four ways, left and right blinkers. You have brake lights. Also on the trailer. Just checking. I don't see any sort of electrical hookup on the trailer. Would have been pretty cool to have had with this truck a power connection. But we could also have a power hookup to the trailer. Let's drop that off. This truck also has a regular ball hitch trailer on the back. A ball hitch on the back for a regular trailer. See the number of straps that are available on the flatbed version. This would be ideal for hauling around pallets or bales. Let's take a look here at the truck itself. You have beacons, first stage lights, second stage lights. Pretty much have the same interior as the normal 2014 truck. Four ways left and right flashers. First lights, brake lights, of course, and our four ways on the rear. Don't have the option. It'd be nice if we could turn those lights on that roll bar on, kind of give us a rear work light on our cargo bed. Now, I have been told, I haven't tested this myself, but I have been told by folks that if you're on PC and you try this particular truck with a different fifth wheel trailer, I've been told it doesn't work. Been told it doesn't hook up. So it may only pair with the two trailers that are a part of this pack. Again, this mod is available for all platforms and is by Black Sheep Modding. Next up, we're going to take a look at a trio of forestry mods. We're going to take a look at the John Deere 959 MH Harvester. Go to Vehicles and then Forestry Machines. We have the 959 MH Tracked Harvester, $600,000. Compare that to the Ponzi Scorpion of $440,000. 12 miles per hour top speed on the Scorpion King, 5 miles per hour top speed on the John Deere. Go ahead and take a look at this thing. Here it is in the shop with a huge harvester head. Way off the cab and the machine is way off the tracks, but that's because this thing has a cool little trick to it we're going to take a look at here in a bit. No configuration options, $30,600 to lease, $6,000 per day, and $12,600 per operating hour. So this thing is expensive. So while on the outside we have tinted windows, pretty heavily tinted. On the inside, you can't really see that those are tinted at all. So we do have different camera angles. We've got the interior view, then we have a view kind of on the boom. Now that is a bit disorienting. And then we also have our standard outside camera. Go ahead and turn it on. And here we start to see the tricks that this particular mod has going on. That is, we're going downhill, but the cab is level. And now we are sideways on the hill, and the cab is still level. It's kind of acting a little weird here on the pavement. Let's try to get down here a little bit. See how the cab is staying level. The whole tractor is staying level. But the tracks themselves is what's basically following the contour of the land. As far as mouse controls go, left click up and down raises and lowers the boom. Left and right rotates the whole machine. Right click up and down extends and retracts the second part of the boom. This particular boom does not have an extension on it. We click both left and right mouse buttons up and down, opens and closes, as you can see. Opening and closing the grippers on the harvester header, and left and right rotates the harvester header left and right. You hold the mouse button down left and right, and that tilts the whole header up and down. So we should be able to possibly pick up a tree that has fallen either out of the gripper or just fallen itself on the ground. We should be able to just pick it up with this, unlike the Scorpion King or some of the other tree harvesters where we really can't do that. Let's go on in here. See about just gripping this the D. Let's lower it down a little bit, and let's hit X to cut. It's got a fast cut on it. Let's go this way, and let's see, we have the choice of cut in 1 meter lengths, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and back to 1 meter lengths. So we could go all the way up to 13 meter lengths, should we so wish. Looks like a giant Q-tip on the end. Alright, tracks behave a little weird when we drive around. I want to kind of go on an angle here again so you can kind of see the tracks are going down the hill, but the cab itself is stationary. Turn. And tracks are basically form-fitting to the slope, but the cab itself is still level, flat. Right. So, guys, that is the John Deere 959 MH harvester from North Modding Company and Zexel, and is available for all platforms. Next up, we're going to take a look at the John Deere 953 MH Swing. Again, it's here under Forestry Machines. The 953 MH Swing, $370,000. Now, the description here says this machine can cut down trees. How? Because it doesn't really have a cutting aspect. I think that was just maybe a copy and paste from the other one. This clearly has a grapple and then a kind of a claw here, toothed ripper here. It's basically for loading, as best I can tell, loading logs onto a trailer. Let's go ahead and lease this up. $370,000 to buy, $18,870 to lease, $3,700 per day, and $7,770 per operating hour. Just again, like the other one, this one has a tinted interior, so it has pretty much the same cab to it. Left control up and down, raises and lowers the boom, moving pretty quick. I wouldn't see any hydraulic machine that would be moving anything this fast. Left and right, rotates, and again, it rotates very, very fast. We have multiple camera angles. Again, we have that boom camera angle, which feels a bit disorienting. Maybe it's due to the speed which it rotates. Right mouse button, up and down, extends the second boom. Left and right moves the other hydraulic cylinder on this swivel point. And both mouse buttons up and down opens and closes the claw. And left and right rotates the claw. So let's drive back down here ever so slowly. We're going to go ahead and cut to when we're down here, just so you don't have to wait 20 minutes. Now, this one doesn't have the cab leveling technology like the other one did. Clearly, the other tree harvester is really intended for operating on hilly, rough terrain. Alright, so 3 hours later, we have made our way over here to where our logs are. Remember, this one here was cut to 13-meter lengths. Let's go on up here. Let's try to rotate this. Let's open the claw up. Let's lower it down. Let's close the claw. Let's rotate it a little bit. Open the claw. Let's back up a little bit. And you can pretty much see where I have a problem with this. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to have gripped it further back or something. But yeah. It's specialty purpose tree forester equipment for someone who clearly is somewhat trained in how this thing is supposed to work in the first place. All right. So that mod is once again available for all platforms. Oops. And is available from North Modding Company and Zexel. Next up, we have a third harvester, forestry harvester mod, again from North Modding Company. Now this time around, this mod is available for just PC only. That is the Malwa forestry pack. Have what looks like a Everload in here. There we go. We have a small tree harvester here. Interesting configuration. 75 horsepower, 12 miles per hour. We have Trelleborg tires. Then we have the tracks. We have rear tracks, front tires. We have front tracks, or front chains and rear tracks. We have chains all around. And back to front tires and rear tracks. Back to Trelleborg. $254,000, $12,954 to lease, $2,540 per day, $5,334 to lease. Also have the 560F. This is basically a forwarder. Same general configuration. We have Trelleborg. Then we have the chains and tracks. We have tracks, then wheels on the front. Then we have tracks and chains on the front. We have chains all around. Go ahead and get one of those. $149,000 to buy, $7,599 to lease, $1,490 per day, and $3,129 per operating hour. Then we have the 560H, which is a, I guess, larger tree harvester. $211,000, $10,761 to lease, $2,110 per day, and $4,431 per operating hours. Then we have the Trelleborg tires. Go to the tracked option. Track tires and regular in the front. We have chains all around. We have chains on the front and tracks on the back. There you go. Fix that up. And that is it. That is those three options in the shop. So we have the small tree harvester, the forwarder, and the larger tree harvester. I don't think the larger tree harvester is that much larger. We have multiple cameras on this. Let's see here. We can change driving direction, left control B. Now we can see basically a little bit from this position. As you see, we have the outside view, we have the driver view, then we have kind of a little further away driver view, but our head is moving with the actual boom. And then we have crane and camera. Let's take a look. That camera is stationary. You can see now I have a camera that moves with the boom. And then crane camera, the outside camera. As far as mouse controls, left mouse click up and down, left and right. Right mouse button up and down. Isn't an extension arm on this. Left and right mouse button. opens and closes the claw. Left and right rotates the head. Button, center button, left and right tilts the head. And like the same controls as the John Deere. Take a look at the lights. First stage lights. Second stage lights. Third stage. Now let's see here. We do have control group. Good how I'm changing the control group. Left control B, change back our driving direction. As far as cutting lengths, we have a choice of 1 meters, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back to 1 meter. Does articulate in the middle. This does have the added benefit of having a little decent forward speed on it. Go over here to the forwarder. Pretty much has the same camera angles and reverse driving directions. We have tension belts on all 3 of the log brackets. Left mouse button raises and lowers and rotates. You have a trailer hitch on the back of this. Right mouse button up and down, and this one does have an arm extension. Left and right mouse button up and down opens and closes, and left and right rotates the head. With control B, switch driving position. Again, we have the camera that's stationary out the back, the camera that rotates with the boom out the back, boom arm camera, and the third person camera. Let's go ahead and take this over here. And let's take a look at the little one, the 560C. Just like the first one, we have the cutting lengths of 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Back to 1. Left mouse button up and down, left and right. See the smaller head on this. Right mouse button up and down. This one does have an extended arm on it though. We can extend the arm in and out. Left and right mouse button up and down. Opens and closes. Claw there. Left and right rotates the head. Center mouse button up and down. Rotate the head. Center mouse button left and right, sorry. Rotate the head up and down. Going to have pretty much the same controls as the other one. The same other options. Change driving direction. Sure, it has all of the same cameras as the first two also. And this mod pack is available from North Modding Company. And again, it is available for only PC players. Next up, we're going to take a look at the John Deere T560 Harvester Pack. Go to Vehicles and Harvesters. We have the T560, $285,000. This holds 10,000 liters, 24 miles per hour top speed, and 387 horsepower. Let's compare that with some other harvesters around the 10,000 liter storage capacity. We have, well, the in-game T560. 10,000 liters. We have the RSM 161, $299,000. As another close option. So let's take a look here. I don't know why these things are taking so long to pop up in the store all of a sudden. We have a choice of Trelleborg tires in the standard configuration, wide tires, crawler track, and back to standard. We have Michelin standard, wide, crawler track, and back to standard. Midas standard, wide, crawler track, back to standard. And we have Starfire, yes or no, so we can get the little Starfire GPS up there if we want as a decorative item. So as configured with the Starfire, we are at $288,500, $14,713 to lease, $2,885 per day, and $6,058 per operating hour. Just for fun, let's take a look at the T560 in game. See that we have a choice of Trelleborg standard, wide tires and crawler track, Michelin standard, wide tires and crawler track, but no Midas tires, and no, obviously, you can't take the Starfire off. It's just always there. Go over here to Harvester headers. Also have the 625X at 7.65 meters, $60,000. 625X, 7.6 meters, $49,000. Interesting that this one is so much more than the in-game version. Interesting. There we go. Go ahead and lease this up. $3,060 to lease, $600 per day, and $1,260 per operating hour. And then I believe there is a header trailer to go along with this. We have the Leguan 24 header trailer, $4,000. Yes, we have the choice of main color and rim color. There we go. Design 1, design 2. It shifts the header connection point back a little bit. We can go with a work light, yes or no, which is basically our beacon. As configured, it is $6,075 by $309 to lease, $60 per day, and $127 per operating hour. Go. Let's go see what maybe some of the finer details of this harvester might be. Here we have the in-cab camera. We have a upside down pipe camera. We have a trailer hitch camera. And then we have a normal camera. It's kind of odd. Am I supposed to be upside down? I don't understand why it's upside down. There's the camera right there. But I don't know why it's upside down. I think if I played with this in game, I'd probably go in the editor and rotate that camera around so it was at least somewhat in the vertical position, or the normal position. It just seems to be upside down. Let's look up here. Go. Now you will notice that this has, from the get-go, the canola front extension on it. According to the description, we can actually detach this front extension. There we go. Now we can use it to harvest our regular cereal crops. So it doesn't just magically show up when we start harvesting canola. We basically have it, and we can put it on if we want, or if we don't want to, we don't have to put it on. Let's go ahead and put this on here. Go. And let's use our little rear hitch camera. You can even see the little camera down here. You can even see the little camera there at the hitch, which is cool. The little camera right there on the pipe, which is cool. I don't think I mentioned this mod is by DAS Alex, D-A-S Alex, and is available for all platforms. Let's go in our trailer hitch camera. We can see we also have electrical hookups so that our lights on our camera work as we would expect. There are beacons. We have 3 beacons on the harvester, 1 on the rear trailer. Take a look at our front lights. We have a first stage, second stage, third stage. Be interested to see, do we have a light? We do also have a light on our pipe. But yeah, that camera is a little odd. I would have thought it would have been rotated the other way. I don't know. Maybe that's the way cameras are on pipes. Looks like the header stays on the trailer very well in transport, so that is good. All right, guys. Next up, we have the Fendt Vario 700. Let's go down here. I think this long save time and store load time, I don't know if that's associated with 1.4 or not. At any rate, have under medium tractors, have the Fendt Vario 700, 714 to 724 S4. We have the Fendt Vario 700 series in general. Standard tractor is $180,000, 165 horsepower, 31 mile per hour top speed. The modded Fendt 714 to 724 Vario is 188 horsepower, 31 mile per hour top speed, and $183,000. This mod is by Lucas 2002 and Danny 86, and this mod is available for all platforms. We have configuration options of rim color, main color, and design color. Let's see, let's pick something really dark red, and let's figure out what the design color is. Let's see here. We have trailer brake tires in standard. Wheel weights. Narrow tires. Rear twin all around. Back to standard. We have Michelin standard. Wheel weights. Wide wheel broad type 1. So we also have wheel weights and wide tires. So there's wide, wheel broad type 1, wide tires and weights. Back to standard. Lightest tires, standard, wheel weights, Nokian communal. Back to Trelleborg, we have standard, design, line. Let's go back to standard. We have a kind of a gray mesh here. Design line, we have a chrome exhaust cover and a white mesh. Design, it's basically beacons. Front loader, so that is what the design color is. The front loader attacher stole. Hollow or no. Get it to match our tractor like that. And then we have the 714 Vario Profi, 155 horsepower. 714 Vario Power, 145. 716 Vario Profi, 180. 716 Vario Power, 170. The 718 Vario Profi, 198. 718 Vario Power at 188. 720 Vario Profi at 219 horsepower. Vario Power 720 is 209 horsepower. 722 Vario Profi at 238 horsepower. And the 722 Vario Power at 228 horsepower. We have one more. We go to the 724 Vario Profi at 256 horsepower and a 724 Vario Power at 246 horsepower. So lots of configuration options on this particular tractor. As configured, at 256 horsepower, we are at $208,000, $10,608 to lease, $2,080 per day, and $4,368 per operating hour. Go ahead and take a look at this thing. Need to turn off head tracking because it is keeping me from looking around in camera, in cab. I have to exit in order to be able to use that now. Go, let's take a look. We've got some mouse controls. Left click, left and right mouse button opens and closes the rear window. Left click and up and down opens and closes the front door, side door. Right click up and down, open and closes the sunroof. This mod is available for all platforms. Let's take a look at our headlights. This first stage lights, second stage lights, and third stage lights. Got our warning beacons, front, warning flashers, rear, left, and right, blinkers. No reverse lights, but we do have brake lights. And there you go, guys. We have the Fendt Vario 700, again by Lucas 2002 and Danny 86. And both, again, this mod is available for all platforms. Next up, we have the multi-harvester headers. This one is a little confusing to me. Just a little confusing to me. So if you go here to Tools and then Forage Harvester Headers, we'll see the in-game headers that look like this are only for corn. Okay, so we have two Kemper. Link. We have the Kemper 360, 390, New Holland, and the Krone all only do corn. of various lengths. Then we have these, which are kind of more of a mower header that do grass, wheat, barley, canola, oats, and soybeans. Okay, and then we have these which pick up straw or grass. Then we have this one that does, obviously, poplar. And those are the in-game forage headers. Now then we have the multi-harvest header pack. So we have the same forage headers, the New Holland, the two Kempers, but now they do corn, sunflowers, wheat, barley, oats, canola, and soybeans. So it allows the ability to basically chaff sunflowers, but that's about the only difference is you would only have to buy one header to do all the crops. Now I don't see a lot of forage harvesting going on in my area, but I can understand using this. Shop is exit the game and come back in and see if that fixes it. Okay, so we got the header working. We got the shop working now after restart. So here we are with the modded header. This is the modded New Holland header that does all of the crops. And as I was saying, I could see this head being used to basically pick up and mow down the grass crops. The crops like, wheat, barley, oat, canola, sunflower, not sunflower, but soybeans that are kind of low to the ground and everything would come in here. There's cutter wheels there on the bottom that you can kind of see. Then this would work it into the front of the forage harvester and then shoot it into chaff. Honestly, don't see this type of front basically being used for wheat and barley and all that. I could see it used for corn and other stalk crops like sunflowers, but honestly, I just don't see this being used in real life for wheat, barley, canola, and all of that. Mod author says this is how they do it in real life, but I'll ask you guys, is it really like that in real life? So visually, it doesn't look too much. So visually, it doesn't look at all different from the base game headers. It does add the ability to use one header to basically chaff all of your typical grain crops, and adds the ability to chaff sunflowers that the other in-game headers just don't have. There you go. That is the multi-harvest headers mod by Holger Senstock. We're not going to go and demonstrate it. I mean, it just works as the pictures in the description show. Next up, we have the handcrafted plow. Go to Tools and then Plows. Scrolling over here, we have the Lizard handcrafted plow for a mere $8,500. 9-mile-per-hour working speed, 1 meter working width, and 115 horsepower requirement. This mod does have color options. Change color on this to red coon. We can do 2 or 3 plow shears as an option. 3 adds a little bit more to the cost, $10,100. Doesn't add to the horsepower requirement apparently, and $515 to lease, $101 per day, and $212 per operating hour. Let's get our Fent Plow does have the ability to change direction or rotate. Let's go down here to our sacrificial poplar field. Hit B to rotate the plow. To lower the plow. And off we go. Clearly this tractor is a bit overpowered for the plow's needed horsepower rating. At 9 miles per hour without any issue whatsoever. When we get to the end, we can lift it, rotate it around. Drop it back down, and off we go. So guys, that is the handcrafted plow from FS19. This mod is available for all platforms. Let's go ahead and make our way back up to the shop so we can take a look at our next implement. Here we are. And next up, we're going to take a look at the Amazon AD302 Power Harrow. So if we go to Tools and then Power Harrows, we have the Amazon KE300 Super. Okay, let's get that. And that comes in Design 1, Design 2, those designs. And then we have Design 1.8 meters, 2 meters, 2.2, and this is the mod that is paired up with the seeder that allows the creation of tram lines. Let's do 2 meter width, and let's lease this. $13,480 to buy, $687 to lease, $134 per day, and $283 per operating hour. Then let's go over here to seeders. Where is that? Seeders. And then we have the companion mod, the AD302. Right here. No configuration options on this. Holds 780 liters of seed. 45 horsepower requirement, 3 meter working width, and 8 mile per hour working speed. This seeder will seed our wheat, barley, oats, canola, sunflowers, oilseed radish, and grass. Let's go ahead and get a pallet of seed while we're here. No, did not buy it. Right. We do have hose hookups for the Power Harrow. Let's pick up the whole thing. Really should probably have a front weight on this thing. let's see here. So we have go to G. Oh. That's what I get for looking away real quick. Lower this down. Turn it on. Let's lower our cedar down. You can see we are getting, we're leaving marks here. It's a little hard to see, but we are leaving basically tire marks, tram marks, where we have seeded ground, unseeded ground, and seeded ground again. Okay, let's go out a little ways on this. See those lines a lot better detailed from here. Ridge markers. And if we hit X to unfold the cultivator, okay, you notice those ridge lines now go away. Lift this up. So what you can do is you can use this to make basically tram lines for your fertilizer sprayer or spreaders. So you could leave a 2 meter, 1.8 or 2.2 meter basically tram line. And if you knew your fertilizer spreader or sprayer had a working width of, let's say, 16 meters, so you could go however many passes left and right of this tram line before you go and leave another set of tram line. Okay, we have our set of tram lines there to the left. We just left a full row here without using the tram lines because we kept the cultivator unfolded. Now let's do another pass where we don't put down any tram lines. Like this, and then we're going to turn that feature back on and do a fourth pass where we'll leave a pair of lines again. Pick this up, and we're going to hit X to fold the cultivator. And folding the cultivator is what basically does the tram line leaving. Let's put it back down, and now you can see you're once again leaving 2 meter wide tram lines. That's 2 meters. That's 2 meter wide little strips where we are not planting any crop. So if we come back down here now, after we've had some growth, we're going to see basically strips in the field where we don't have any crops, and that's going to be basically where we can run our tires and not destroy any crop when we do some fertilizing after we've planted. That mod is by Daz Alex and is available for all platforms. So next up, we've got the Dondai 800 series cultivators. This mod is by Red Stag Modding Team. Donnie SPA. Copyright C. All rights reserved. That's what it says in the mod hub for author. Interesting. So if we look at cultivators, okay, let's take a look at subsoilers. We have the Donnie, Dondai, 805, 807, 809, 811, 813 cultivators, subsoilers, 6.5 meters all the way down to 2.8 meters, 130 horsepower, up to a whopping 700 horsepower. Are you kidding me? 700 horsepower to pull that. Get out the quad track. Holy cow. Go down here to something that we can actually pull. I think it's just going to be this one with the tractor we've got. 2.8 meters, 130 horsepower. We have standard or with roller. Add the roller to it. $10,830 to buy, $552 to lease, 108 per day, and $227 per operating hour. This mod is also available just for PC. That is likely because it is a brand that is not licensed in game. Let's head on back to our sacrificial poplar field, where we can cultivate in a few more rows of poplar. The model here looks really nice. The modeling, the details on it, the bolts, all of that. Drop this down, and off we go. 7 miles per hour. Now, as a subsoiler, let's just see. I don't know if this field needs plowing or not. But let's see if it gets rid of the need plow state. Fertilized. So, alright, let's go up here and do a pass up here to the top, and we can see then if it's going to clear that. See if that's enough. It is indeed clearing the need plow state, so that is good to see. So guys, that is the Dondi 800 series subsoiler. Now, in the mod hub, it says cultivator is the category, but it is definitely a subsoiler because it does give the plow bonus, whereas typical cultivators do not do that. So let's head on back up here to the shop and take a look at our next mod. Okay, so the final mod in the first part of this week's weekend roundup, we've got the Art Mechanic PT-25 by Vanquish 081. This mod is available for all platforms, and it is a telehandler weight. Let's first check under weights and see if it shows up here. Here it is. We have the Art Mechanic PT-25 for $1,950. This is a 1,500 kilogram weight to be used on the back of telehandlers. Here we go. Pretty simple weight. It includes a rear hitch on the back end. It is 1,500 kilograms, 3,000 kilograms, basically double it up. Let's just get 1,500 kilograms, $99 to lease, $19 per day, and $40 per operating hour. Now this says only the MTL 737-130 PS Plus can be used with the 3,000 kilogram version and is recommended for exclusively for heavy loads. Let's take a look at our telehandlers here. So let's try to connect it to all of them and just see if they all connect or not. And I'm going to go ahead and move that pallet of seed out of the way. First up, let's try the Massey Ferguson telehandler. Indeed, that one works. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We may have done something there. Alright, we'll get that taken care of. Alright, that one works, although I think this one is maybe a bit light in the front with this weight on it. Doesn't really steer that well. And then this is the Manitou. I think this is the one that they were saying was recommended for the heavier weight version. Go. And let's also get a trailer, one of each type. Let's get a pin hitch and a ring hitch and a ball hitch. Just see if either one of these works with this rear hitch. That works. It's a bit low, but it works. And that doesn't work. So if you're going to use this as a rear hitch, make sure your trailer is set up for the pin hitch as opposed to the ball. Right, so we're going to move all of this stuff out of the way, except for maybe the tractor, and we'll be right back with part 2. So do go ahead and continue on with the second part of this weekend's Weekend Roundup.